Anytime.
It's not playing. Hang on, let me see.
I'm heard it a little bit, but not much.
Every Sunday night, the Sports Nerds play Sports Nerds. Three charismatic co-hosts who are a select group of sports nerds with attitude that are known in Nerd Nation as the Rant. We are four of the most loudmouth, smack-talking nerds around, coming at you with some sick rips and rants, which may be just enough to make you pee your pants. So listen up, Nerd Nation. Let's rise and welcome the legend himself. He is the founder, he is the host, and he is the star of the Sports Nerd Show. Coming to you live, straight out of Lakeland, Florida, Scott, the Sports Nerd Right.
Hello, everybody. What's going on? Welcome to Sunday night at the Sports
Well, there you have it, Nerd Nation. Another Sunday.
Now he's playing the outro.
Nice.
So, pardon the technical difficulties.
Oh, that was a short show.
Anyway, what's going on, fellas?
Hi, guys.
Happy Championship Sunday.
Yes.
Really happy Championship Sunday now that the Chiefs are out.
Yeah, you got to turn your volume up, Elliot. I can barely hear you.
Can't hear you, man.
You can't hear me?
No,
Now you're really low.
Turn your mic up or something. I mean, it's low, so your volume is low on the mic for some reason. Oh, Brett's crying. Look, guys, there he is.
Oh, dude, no one cares. No one cares, Brett. No one cares. No one
Can you
cares.
hear me now?
Yeah, we got you now.
All right.
Congratulations to the Cincinnati Bengals,
Congratulations.
who were 2-14 2 years ago, won 4 games last season, and now are headed to LA to face either the Rams or the Niners in the Super Bowl.
At the expense of Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs.
Chiefs, yes. And to be honest, guys, that was the worst half of football I've ever seen Patrick Mahomes play.
Hey, can I ask you a question?
Yes,
Are they going to trash Mahomes, the NFL media, like they would if Josh would have thrown up that stinker? Probably not. You know them with Mahomes all day. Did you hear Romo like literally gargle his nuts in his mouth? Like
Romo was awful tonight. He was terrible.
Hey, now he can go back to being the typical sneakerhead.
He's got to be a typical sneakerhead.
Bro, that was like pathetic, man. And that was like the worst, just like you said, the worst half of football I've ever seen that guy play. But he won't get shit on. He'll be like, you know.
What, though?
No.
But give credit to that Cincinnati defense, dude.
Hell yeah.
That Cincinnati defense came out in the second half after the bad play call at the end of the first half. That gave them energy coming out for the second half.
Best play. I told my kid we were watching. I was like, "That's gonna watch what happens now." That stop, the end of the first half, was freaking great, man.
And then when they stopped them at the beginning of the first half, the first possession, that took all the momentum.
Yeah. No, but it's going to be really interesting here in the offseason. Like Joe had a decent game, but that was definitely the Cincinnati defense, I think, that won that game.
Yeah.
Right?
Go Debo!
Yep.
Touchdown, baby! Yeah!
You guys do know that it's killing me to see this ahead of you guys. I'm sit here with tape on my mouth.
Put that censorship thing on your mouth.
A 7-second delay here.
Oh my gosh. Debo being Debo.
Debo's a man.
But no, John, I don't think they're gonna be going after Mahomes like they went after
He's
Josh.
the face of the league.
Yes.
He's the facto face
He's
of the
the new
league.
face of the league now.
Yep.
But that's what kills me. It's like the narrative changes like all the time with the like it's like whoever they decide to like honk on Bobo, it's like he can do no wrong. He can do Tom Brady can do no wrong for 20 years, right? Now Mahomes can't do no wrong. That'll be the offensive play calling or something, or the O-line didn't let him, like, you know, it's not going to be Mahomes dicking around, going around like a freaking chicken without its head cut off in the backfield.
He threw 2 silly interceptions in that second half.
Horrible interceptions.
Yeah.
You know who Mahomes looked like in the second half? He looked like Dak Prescott.
Yeah, pretty much.
How about that?
He looked like Prescott in that second half against the Niners, running for his life.
Bro, I don't get it, man. I'm so happy for Cincinnati, man. Good for them. And the big thing that matters is that we still got the record intact. We still got the 4 AFC championships intact.
Yep.
Yes, you do.
Yes, you do.
But yeah,
I have a feeling you always will.
I hope so, man. Kansas City.
Well, there's another record that stayed intact, and that is no team has ever won back-to-back playoff overtime games.
True.
Yeah.
I was not aware of that. But
am I allowed to rant about last week yet, or no? Or we?
Can you imagine? Can you imagine if Kansas City would have won that second straight overtime game? All the blah 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 blah.
Hi, Katie.
It would have been all over the place.
Yeah, I mean, before you get into your rant
Okay.
about last Sunday, John, and yes, you're going to have plenty of time, whatever, however long you want to rant, you can rant.
Thank you.
I just want to say that the last drive in the second half, that was some of the worst stuff I've ever seen Mahomes do. He was scrambling for his life. He didn't throw the ball away. He took the sacks when he should have taken the sacks, and you know what? Made that tying field goal that much further back by him doing that. You know, that was some stupid football.
Give the credit where it belongs. Cincinnati defense was outstanding.
Well, they were both coverage sacks because he couldn't get the ball away.
Yep.
Okay, so definitely the coverage was there.
But did you see that one where he got sacked like 30 yards back? Like,
Yeah.
did you see Hardman was like completely open?
Yes.
On the end zone, right at the goal line.
Really?
Like, no one was around him. And Mahomes, like, I don't know what's up with his helmet. You notice how it's always too high? Like, it doesn't
Yeah.
seem to be properly
It's
fitted.
because of that headband that he wears.
Dude, I don't know, man. I think it's probably his head having to deal with his girlfriend and brother after the games all the time. That's probably why.
No.
But he's running around. Dude, he didn't see that because he was running around too much. If he would have just stayed and, like,
Hey,
you know.
Just to address what Brett's saying, his clock management is fine. It's his play calling at the end of that first half that was suspect.
Yes.
Derek, how's it going, Derek?
What's up, Derek? How good to see you, bud.
He looked like Frank Tarkenton.
Where did we see this before? You guys remember?
No, tell me.
Last Super Bowl. That's exactly
Oh,
what he
yeah.
did.
He was running away from Tampa?
Yeah.
He kept running backwards, and they kept coming after him, and he folded like a road map.
And that's a case of him. That's a case of him believing his own press too.
Yes.
Because they're calling him a miracle worker.
The Cincinnati defensive coordinator downloaded the Tampa defense for that Super Bowl for the second half.
Yep.
But
All right,
both times they played, they got out to big leads, and then Cincinnati came back.
Yes. Okay.
And that's how you got to beat Kansas City. You either got to have a corner that can keep up with Tyreek. Big shout out to Bates for that freaking amazing deflection, and then they got the interception in overtime.
Yes.
That was amazing.
Yes.
But you need the edge rusher, man. You need to pressure Mahomes because if he's pressured, he turns into
Hubbard killed it right there.
He turns into to Kermit the Frog, man. Like
Hubbard had 2 sacks, real big sacks there at the end.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it was good.
And
I'm so happy for
almost cost
Cincy,
them
man.
the game too.
So happy for Cincy, man. Good for them.
Yeah.
Good
well,
for them.
With that being said, John, you weren't here last week.
Yeah, it's a good job I wasn't.
You were throwing stuff at your television for most of the game.
For at least 13 seconds.
Probably, yeah, for at least 13 seconds. And driving your wife and kids probably crazy. So tell us about last Sunday and what your thoughts on that and what rant you have for the Bills versus the Chiefs.
Josh Allen is the best quarterback in the league, and F everyone else who says otherwise. Thank you. And that's proof of what happened to Mahomes today. Josh doesn't do that. Sugar High Josh was last year. Sugar High Mahomes is now. Anyways.
Hey, I wouldn't count Joe Burrow out.
No, he's better than Joe Burrow.
Yeah, he is.
Joe Burrow is there, but he's nowhere near like Josh is superhuman, man. Josh is another level.
Some of the stuff he did last week were just unbelievable. Just unfreaking real.
I want your take on the non-squib kick or short kick.
Go.
With the 13 seconds to go. What was that all about?
Dude, so
talk about a special teams blunder.
Bro, like I have gone through 4 Super Bowl losses, wide right. All the other ones weren't even close, but wide right, I've gone through the Music City Miracle. This one hurts the most. And the one why it hurts the most is because we should have won that. Like, look at it this way. The wide right, we were behind, right? Like, and it wasn't a gimme. It wasn't like a 20-yard chip shot, you know? So that's whatever. It sucked. Music City Miracle, that Bills team was freaking garbage. The fact that we were in a wild card game, we weren't going anywhere. We weren't going anywhere, even if we won that. So, whatever.
It was our forward pass.
For sure. Absolutely. But this was our shot, man. This was our path to the Super Bowl. So this one hurts. The squib kick is like, dude, I just like Tony Romo, man. Like when it happened, if you listen to it, he was like, okay, so we're gonna kick the squib. We're
not gonna kick it in the end zone. Let's put it that way,
dude.
Yeah, that was. I could just imagine your reaction at that point.
I was just like, and then the worst part is like, listen, it wasn't the overtime that we lost. That's not because of the coin flip. I know a lot of people want to bitch and whine. No, we lost because we couldn't defend the freaking. We couldn't come up with, first of all, a special teams play. The second thing was just hold Kelsey and freaking Tyreek Hill. What? You get a 5-yard penalty. Oh well. What are you gonna do? They were playing like they needed a Hail Mary. They didn't need a Hail Mary. So. The defensive, like Leslie Frazier, God bless him, whatever, but
he blew it.
He blew it, man. He blew it.
Whoever the special teams coach blew it, because he should have been telling that kicker, whatever you do, if you want to keep your job, you don't kick that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, like literally, like squib it, like whatever, like let them take it out 4 or 5 seconds off the clock. Then you just hold Tyreek 5 seconds off the clock, hold Kelsey 5. Game done. They don't even get to the 30-yard line. They don't even have a shot. Then they have to do the Hail Mary maybe. Now you throw everyone backwards. But, of course,
like I said last week, in relation to what you just said, how do you let Hill and Kelsey get that open?
Well, Kelsey on that last drive, because he was the one that caught the 2 passes.
That's what I want to ask John.
Hill had it was Hill caught the first pass, Kelsey caught the second one. They got him into field goal range.
John.
Yes,
was the Bills' defense gassed? Is that why they couldn't cover?
I don't know, man. I mean, both defenses played like doo-doo all game. And, like, this is the thing. Kansas City wasn't going to stop Josh. Mm-hmm. They weren't going to stop me either. So, they could have been gassed. But, I mean, again, they are professional freaking athletes getting paid a lot of money to.
Well,
this was high octane. Back and forth, and if they were exhausted, I could understand it.
But you can say the same thing about Kansas. You can say the same thing about Kansas City's defense. Were they gassed in the end?
Well, they didn't stop it though.
Yeah.
Like we didn't have a chance to give it a shot, right? So
I've never seen a 2-minute segment where they scored 25 points in 2 minutes.
Yeah, it was ballistic. Dude, like range of emotion, let me tell you, it was like this for I was like, oh my gosh, we're going to the Super Bowl, to oh my gosh, oh we just lost. Oh my gosh, we're going to oh my gosh, we just lost. Like it was just, but whatever, dude. I'm a Bills fan. Bills fans, we're used to this crap. This is what we get for being Bills fans. So ride or die, man. I'm excited for the off season, and I'm already looking at draft boards and shit, and it's the NFL season. It never ends. So.
And I agree with you on the coin flip.
Yeah,
because the bottom line is
that's
that
an excuse.
Buffalo's defense didn't step up.
Right. Dude, do I think that both teams should get a touch? Absolutely. I think anyone who likes football will say both teams should get a touch, but they knew the rules. It's not like all of a sudden this was the rules. Like, whatever, right? So it's you can't – the people blaming it on the overtime rule that's just –
No, that's
lazy.
So according to you guys, we should not change the overtime rules?
Oh, we should.
Yeah.
I think so.
I don't think you should change it to a full quarter. I think you should change it to each team gets a possession, and then it's sudden death. If both teams score a touchdown, then it's sudden death.
That's one phrase that needs to go away right there. Sudden death.
Sudden death.
I would take the entire what you do see in the regular season, go 10 minutes and play it all the way out. Who's ever winning after 10 minutes wins the game. If it's still tied, then we have to play another.
Yeah, but in the playoffs, they do 15.
Play it all the way.
Yeah, they play a full
game. They do play it all the way. They would play it all the way if nobody scored or if they just had field goals. They'd play the entire 15 minutes. But what I'm saying is that and you'll get this. I've heard this from so many players. They're not, after playing 4 quarters of football, you don't want to play an entire quarter if you don't have to. Which is why I'm saying it's like college. Each team gets a possession, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And it doesn't have to be each team gets a possession every single time. But once both teams have possessed the ball, if they scored field goals or touchdowns in their possessions and the game is still tied, then whoever scores next wins.
But see, this is what I'm thinking. Like this is the simplest thing for me. I mean, I agree with Ken, but then you'll hear the Players Association will never go with that because they'll say, "Oh, we don't want to play another quarter." So this is what I'm saying: if the person that gets the ball either scores a touchdown or a field goal, you have to match that. If you know what I mean, or beat it, right? If they get a field goal, you got to get a touchdown, but you get a chance to at least go.
You got to give the other team a chance to touch the ball.
Right. And if that doesn't work, then I don't know. But I mean,
if there is a change, that's likely to be what it is. Both teams will get a possession, and yes, you have to match whatever they do, match or beat whatever they do.
Exactly.
That's likely if there is a change. That's what it will be.
If it's still tied after that, then the next score wins because
they quite possibly could have robbed Gabe Davis of his 5th touchdown reception.
Yeah.
Bro, like, come on.
You each had an opportunity to score. You had a possession. After the first 2 possessions, then yes, by all means, sudden death, the next score wins.
Is this the Gabe Davis appreciation minute now?
How about that? 5 touchdowns in that game.
Oh, you got 4. You got 4.
He could have got 5 if Buffalo got a possession in overtime.
Right.
Bro, that 75-yard bomb, man. You know.
Well, that was a laser by Josh.
But here's the other rationale for each team getting a possession, and we were just talking about this. The defenses have been playing all game long.
Mm-hmm.
You expect them to step up in a fifth quarter, basically, and play the same way they played the rest of the game?
That's why I was asking him. Were the Bills' defense gassed in that overtime period? Well,
yeah.
I mean, Hill and the others weren't getting that open in regulation time.
Yeah, I don't know, man. That was the most emotional I've been in a football game in a long time. So
They should have made Kansas City's defense have to play on the field as well. If Buffalo's defense had to suck it up, you know what I'm saying, and play that extra time, then yeah, by all means, not just on the offensive side, but on the defensive side, give the defense some credit, you know what I'm saying, for having even gotten there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. But what can I do? There's nothing I can do, man. Now it's on to the off season. So, but can we just say that Josh Allen is amazing? Can we just can people admit it now instead of all this crap about how he's not good? And even though he was second in runner-up to MVP last year, he's going to regress.
Hey, you know what? He's arguably a star in the league at his.
There's no argue about it. He is.
I think he's arguably the best quarterback in the league. Because
he might be.
I don't know who's better. I don't know.
He might be.
And I know you're going to say Aaron Rodgers, but like,
oh no, I don't. You know what? You have to understand. You have to take it all into context. He's only been in the league 4 years?
No, yeah, yes. This will be his 4th year. This was his 4th year. Yeah,
his 4th year, right? Now you're talking about Aaron Rodgers and Tom Brady. They've been around since leather helmets.
Pretty much. Yeah.
So you can't make that comparison. But for right now, with the quarterbacks that are out there, he has proven that he has a leg up on all the younger, newer quarterbacks.
Right. And they'll say Mahomes. They'll say Mahomes is the best, right? They'll say because he's got the championship and this, that, and the third. But like, did anyone watch what just happened? Because I did. And Mahomes looked like, what were you saying? Who did you compare it to? Dak Prescott?
Yeah.
Well, he looked like he did against Tampa in the Super Bowl last year. He was running for his life in that second half.
Like that's the difference for me is that you can get Patrick doing stuff like that. There's no defense to Josh Allen. What are you going to do? You rush him, he'll just run past you or stiff arm you to the ground. You give him time in the pocket, he's freaking surgical.
To Katie's point, I would think that the Bengals would have had a tougher game against the Bills because of the Bills' defense.
Yes, definitely.
But on the flip side, you can say, well, where was the defense? Because they gave up a bunch of points too.
And Joe Burrow did not get the Cincinnati Bengals to the Super Bowl.
No, not today he didn't. No, not today he didn't. It was the defense today, yes.
And I'm a Joe Burrow fan because me and Scott have been on him for the past 2 years going like, this kid is no joke. He's going to be amazing. I'm all for him. I would take Joe Burrow before Patrick Mahomes. And because I'm a hater right now. Sorry, Brett. I'm a Kansas City hater right now, you know? But nothing wrong with Joe.
Look, you overcome. If you're a professional and you know you do your job well, you will overcome any situation. I mean, Brady did it for years.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's what makes you great as opposed to good. And there was no reason except for that ill-advised kick into the end zone that Josh Allen shouldn't have been in the championship game this week.
Oh.
That kickoff's going to be a burn in your style.
That kickoff was probably the worst freaking decision. I would seriously consider sending that special teams coach packing after that nonsense.
Dude.
Because that was critical. If you get 4 or 5 seconds off that clock, there's no way Kansas City takes it down the field.
No way. And then you play situational football. You hold Kelsey, you hold Hill at the line of scrimmage, take the 5-yard penalty. Right? Now, all of a sudden, they have to go for the Hail Mary. Now you got the best secondaries in the best safeties defending that. That's where we take the shots.
Or a pass interference penalty. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Let's clock run.
So, anyways, thanks for listening.
Yeah,
I was certain that Micah Hyde would have an interception against Mahomes there at the end.
Bro, is that defensive receiver? It was a good hit.
Receiver, yeah.
It wasn't. I don't know if it was helmet day. It wasn't helmet day.
No, it wasn't helmet day. He got him right in the chest. Him right in the chest. Damn.
No foul.
Because it was like, that's what's crazy. It's like that hit was right in the chest, but like defenseless receiver. That's what I would think.
And he hit him with his shoulder, didn't hit him with his helmet. So, yeah. That was a really solid hit, though.
It was.
Damn.
But that's what happens when your quarterback throws it too high.
Yep.
You're susceptible to a big hit like that.
Yeah. All right, guys. Moving on.
Thank you for listening to my propaganda for 10 minutes.
Absolutely, man. You had a week to fester about it. It's only fair.
Yeah. And you got time to settle down, relax a little bit, and then.
Dude, I wasn't like mad or anything. I felt like deflated.
Yeah, but I'm thinking I didn't want to see you in real time trying to bluster about about the situation because it could have got ugly.
Yeah. All right. Let's get moving on. There's plenty of crap that went on this week. I'm going to piggyback off the Bills, John. And Brian Dable, your offensive coordinator, has been hired as the new head coach of the New York Giants.
Fantastic.
And they got the Bills GM, right? The assistant GM.
Yeah, assistant GM.
Yeah. That's how Dable wound up there because the assistant GM brought him with him.
Yeah, and now they're trying to get Ken Dorsey as the OC down in Giants land, which sucks because that's Josh's dude.
Yeah.
So
and then they're calling it. They're going to try and fix Daniel Jones. Is what they're saying.
Even John Mara said we did that kid a disservice.
We screwed up. We screwed him up. We've done everything we could possibly do to screw that kid up his entire career, and so they're going to bring in.
And you got to blame that on Joe Judge.
Well, yeah,
dude. This is the funniest thing all week. Okay, the funniest thing. First of all, everyone in Bills Mafia knew Dable was going to go. He's just the quarterback whisperer for Josh and whatever, right? But here's the thing. The narrative was that Dable was thinking of going to Miami. Are you smoking crack? Like, how good is that drug in whatever world you're living in? Because he's, first of all, from Buffalo, okay? From Buffalo. He understands the Bills. He's beloved by the Bills. No, he's going to Jersey. I knew he was going to Jersey. I knew he was going to Jersey from the minute he said he was going for an interview with the Giants. Good. The best thing the Giants have done as long as I can remember. I mean, as a Giants fan, I would be pumped up.
Well, since they hired Tom Coughlin.
Right. Yeah, since David Tyree, right? That's the best thing since David Tyree. Anyways, I love it, man. Good for the Giants, man.
Yeah, good for the Giants. Next up for Ken, both Dan Quinn and McCarthy are staying next year.
Yes, they are.
And that's all he's got to say about that.
Well, let's say about that.
Hey, Ken.
The thing is about McCarthy is he knows. I hope he knows his days are numbered because he better.
Sean Payton,
dude. Sean Payton's going to take a year off. He's going to take that year off, and then McCarthy's going to do his usual clock management and lose games for the Cowboys, and Payton will step right in.
Payton will come right in.
He's only got 1 year left, so I guess they want to pay him and get him out of the way.
Yep.
Meantime, Dak gets worse for one more season, and then Sean Payton comes in and pulls a Drew Brees on him and makes him a Hall of Fame quarterback.
I don't know about that though.
I do think they do need to look for a quarterback this year, and I know it's not a very good quarterback series this year,
right?
But they do need to look at somebody because something's got to change in a hurry. And I don't know if Dak is damaged goods now, maybe, but he's definitely not the Dak he was 3 years ago.
Right.
I mean, it's kind of like Ezekiel Elliott. He's not the same guy he was after he got that gargantuan contract.
He's not.
Same thing with Dak. Ever since he got that gargantuan contract, he's been a miss.
He has been a miss. That's
what
the thing.
happens
They both got gargantuan contracts, and
that's what happens when you buckle down, when you buckle over or you bend over and you give these guys these contracts.
That's what happens when you have more money than you do common sense.
Mm-hmm. Because wasn't Ezekiel Elliott like in Mexico or some shit holding out, didn't want to come back?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And then he finally finagled a $90 million contract.
A fat Eddie Lacy. Oh, Brett. Oh, geez.
Eddie Lacy 2.0.
Jeez.
What's with the Eddie Lacy hate, man?
Wow.
Man. Well, not a fat Eddie Lacy because Eddie Lacy was just fat.
So Denver gets their head coach, Nathaniel Hackett from the Packers.
You know what that did? Right?
Does that bring Aaron Rodgers to Denver?
It stirred up Aaron Rodgers talk.
Yep.
Although if you look at the social media and every place else, they've got him wearing all kinds of different jerseys.
Yeah.
He's going to Tampa. He's going to Pittsburgh. He's going to Denver. He's going to wind up in San Francisco. I mean, they got him dressed up in every jersey you could think of.
Right. Just insane.
You know what I'm really looking forward to seeing in the next few months?
What's that?
Is the battle between John Elway and Peyton Manning as to who gets the share of the Denver ownership.
Who gets the ownership?
Yeah.
They are both battling for it, and I don't think they're in the same camp. It's not going to be both of them.
No, they're not going to call.
Supposedly, there's a guy who's a billionaire guy out there who could end up buying the Broncos. He's in the mix. He'll be the first African American owner in the NFL.
But I hear Peyton Manning has a group that's willing to put up the money.
I think that guy might be in Peyton's ownership group. I'm not sure.
Yeah, but they dug up dirt on that guy. Apparently, he was like under investigation or something with the feds for something.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he was like insider trading or something. I don't know. Something. Some white collar crime crap. I don't know.
Yeah, I didn't hear that. Okay.
Oh man, why Jalen Ramsey talking shit to Robbie?
That's what I mean. Why is Jalen Ramsey trying to fight a kicker, bro? Like, really? Like, take it easy, Jalen. You're freaking trash. Okay.
Just because you're getting burned all the time now.
Dude, you know what I mean? Like, you're getting burned by like the kicker's burning you now, Jalen.
You weren't as good now as you were when he played with Jacksonville. He was really good. Ever since he left,
smack talk Josh. Until he started telling Josh he was trash, right? As soon as that happened, then his career went down.
Yep.
Jalen.
Yep.
Prick. Thanks for listening.
So Byron Leftwich going to Jacksonville.
Is that for real or no?
That's
Because the way that Adam Schefter is reporting things the past 48 hours.
I'm getting to that part too, John.
I'm just saying, you never know these days, you know.
Yeah.
Well, it's not
Not
just
a
him.
Woj bomb, like, you know.
It's not just him. It's Jeff Darlington and a couple other guys.
Well, Ian Rappaport doubled down this morning too.
Ian Rappaport,
yeah, he doubled down this morning too. So that I mean, that'd be good for Byron to go back. Didn't Byron play for Jacksonville at one point in time? Or was it? I mean,
I put up a comment on that.
From Florida.
I put up a comment on that. Finally, Jacksonville is back to reality. Has come back to reality. I put a picture of The Rock.
Matt Eberflus goes to the Colts. I think, is that right?
Yeah, Eberflus.
Yeah,
Colts.
And then the most recent one is Josh McDaniels to the Raiders.
Wow.
You know what I love? I love that the New England dynasty is done. It's dead. The nails are in the coffin.
You know what I mean?
Well, here, isn't this McDaniel's second trip to the AFC West?
Yeah, no, the Colts.
No, it was the Colts first.
Oh no, he was Denver.
He
Denver.
Denver too.
Yeah, this is his second trip to that division.
Hi, Army. Yeah.
The first one didn't work out too well.
No, it didn't. I like it. I'm a fan of it. I'm a fan of it because it just shows me how pathetic New England is now.
They're dismantling. They're dismantling.
And Belichick is next, man. He's the next one to retire. He's not. He's gonna Sean Payton this shit. He's gonna be like, forget it. Man. I'm done. Yeah, man. Yeah.
So Payton will get another job, and Belichick won't. This is Belichick's last.
If Belichick walks away, he's done. He's not coming back.
He's not going anywhere else. No.
Yeah.
He's hanging it up.
He doesn't have to go anywhere else.
Watch, he's going to be a voice for some team. He's going to finally let loose and start talking.
Yeah. Vikings get a new GM. Bears get a new GM. The Vikings GM is coming from the Browns, and the Bears guy, I think, came from the Packers. No, I forget where he came from. But Vikings GM is the former Browns vice president of player personnel. His name is Kwesi Adofo-Mensah. And he was groomed under our current GM.
Okay.
And I think he'll do well.
Can I put a little conjecture in there?
Sure, go ahead.
Did you hear about the possibility of him trading Baker Mayfield for Kirk Cousins?
No, I didn't hear that.
Yeah, I saw a story on it online. There, because
Thank you, Katie.
He's been connected to Kirk Cousins. You know what I'm saying? And
Stefanski or Stefanski,
yeah.
Bro, Russell Wilson, hi, like that would be great for Cleveland, but they're not going to do it.
The problem with Kirk Cousins going to the Browns is Kirk Cousins is going to get paid. Is getting $34 million next year, and the Browns aren't paying that for Kirk Cousins. I'm sorry, it's not going to happen.
Well, Minnesota could take part of that contract, also.
Could, yeah. That's a new one Brett just brought up. The Vikings reached out to Jim Harbaugh as their head coach as well.
Yeah, reaching out and actually doing something are two different things.
Yeah.
Yeah, I reached out to Tyra Banks when I was a teenager. It didn't really work out. I don't know. I tried. I mean,
Didn't need for effort.
Yeah.
All right. And then let's go on to the two biggest stories of the week outside of football. First of all,
there's stuff outside of football, really? Okay.
Well, no, I mean, it really is related to football, but outside the games being played, I should say.
All right.
Ben Roethlisberger retired officially this week.
Right.
And every Browns fan in the country is going, bye, thank God, get the hell out of that Dodge.
Whatever. Yeah. Time to hang him up, buddy. You couldn't even walk on the field anymore. So
He was tripping over his own feet.
he's tripping over his own feet, literally.
Yeah.
Okay, see ya.
Can I do my Johnny Ringo?
Sure, go ahead, Johnny. Ringo.
Well, bye.
That wasn't Johnny Ringo. That was I
I thought it was Johnny Ringo.
No, it was oh God, what was his name? He just passed away a couple of years ago.
Yeah, it was,
Okay, we're getting into the '60s trivia. Next
No,
topic.
no,
Like
no,
watching Scott and
Tombstone.
Ted go back and forth about shit
Back
that
to the
happened when they
Future.
had leather helmets on. You know, it's like,
Back
oh,
to the future. Leather helmets and no face guards.
leather helmets, no face guard. Dude, what's okay? First of all, the Pittsburgh situation. Who the hell is Mason your quarterback now? Oh, Steeler Nation.
For the time being, it is.
Well, that's why they keep putting Aaron Rodgers a Pittsburgh Steeler jersey on him in the social media.
That was Curly Bill Brocious, played by Powers Booth, who said that line.
Curlyville, okay.
Yes.
Look, you are such
Oh,
a
that's right.
nerd. It's awesome.
Johnny Ringo, someone else.
Well,
yeah.
look, it's either Mason Rudolph or Dwayne Haskins. Take your pick.
Right now. Yeah, I mean, and they're talking about drafting that kid out of Pitt too. So I don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah. They have to. They need to draft him because he's pretty sharp.
He's a homegrown talent too. He's from that area.
He's from right there.
Yeah. So, you know, I'm glad to see Ben go. You know
Don't
what?
let the door hit you in the ass on the way out.
He wasn't.
I think Mike Tomlin's record of consecutive 500 or better seasons
Gonna
is
take a hit. Yeah.
Mhm.
I think
gonna
that's
take
going
a
to
hit
end
this
this
season.
season.
Yeah. Minka Fitzpatrick ain't gonna get you the
Look at
score
it
you need,
this
buddy.
way. Look at it this way. No matter which one he picks, look at the backup. If one gets hurt, who's the backup? The other one.
right.
Well, bro, when it comes to backups, we're screwed too. We don't have because Trubisky's going to get a job somewhere else in the offseason.
Well,
we don't
maybe he lines up in Pittsburgh. Trubisky?
That's a possibility. They're thinking he's going to go and compete with Daniel Jones because him and Dable are like buddies, right? So, but I mean, we don't have a backup at all. Like Jake Fromm went to the Giants, right?
Mhm.
Davis Webb, I guess, is our backup, but who knows what's going to happen with him? I mean, we're screwed too.
Webb. Wow.
Mm.
Yeah, but Josh is pretty durable.
Yeah, he really
Josh
is.
is a friggin' built like a
Knock
brick
on
shit
wood.
house. Excuse my language, but he was running people over last week. He wasn't just running the ball; he was running people over.
Dude, he's
Dude,
a
I have an
quarterback.
announcement.
He's a quarterback in a tight end's body, yo.
Oh, he's great. I love him.
With wide receiver speed.
So you guys know, like this is the thing when I buy like jerseys. I'm like, see the one, like Jim Brown behind Scott, because I got my Thurman Thomas jersey, right? I got jerseys of guys that, played on the Bills and they're legends, right?
That are, you say their name, you know exactly what team they were on.
Right.
I've
been
You
struggling.
say Thurman Thomas or Jim Kelly. You
Right.
think the
I got my
ball.
Thurman
You
Thomas.
Jim
I got
Brown,
Andre
Jim
Reed.
Brown.
Like,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Like that. I dove in and bought an Allen jersey this past week.
I used to have a Steve Young and a Jerry Rice jersey and stuff like that back in the day.
Yeah, but I mean, it's like this is why I got the Allen jersey, because when you have Steve, you have Jerry Rice, you're kind of, I think he's going to be okay. He'll probably go down in history.
I'll tell you who you need to go after next, John. You need a Steve Tasker jersey.
Yes, poor Steve, man. He'll get the greatest special teamer ever.
Special teams player I've ever seen.
Yeah.
But he's got to get the Micah Hyde jersey first, right?
I do. That's why I was talking to my kid about it. I was like, I took the dive and got the Allen jersey because I was so inspired by Josh's performance last week. And Micah kind of shit the bed last week, right? So I was kind of like pissed off at Micah because I love Micah. But, dude.
You know who the Bills were missing?
Oh, Tre'Davious White?
Yes.
just a wee bit. Just a wee bit.
That would have been a difference maker. Had he been.
Army brings up Norwood.
Dude, no one in Bills Mafia hates Scott Norwood. No one.
Yeah.
No one.
Besides, Cole Beasley wears his number now.
Dude, listen, and no one hates Cole either. We love Third and Cole, man. Anyways.
Third and Cole.
Third and Cole, man.
You know who didn't show up was Stephon Diggs. 8 yards, 7 yards.
Well, dude, he was triple teamed the entire game.
Yeah.
But you'd think, and this is the problem that a lot of Bills Mafia has with Dable, So Giants, this is the thing. He gets into his tunnel vision and he doesn't adjust. So the reason why Gabriel Davis got all the freaking touches because Stephon was triple team most of the game, right?
Yeah.
But Dable gets into these tunnels and he's like, 3rd and long, let's run it. 2nd and long, let's run it. It's like, it didn't work on 1st and 10. What are we going to do? Let's just keep doing it.
John's favorite phrase, let Josh cook.
Let Josh cook. Let him cook. Just let him do. That's what the offensive coordinator for the Bills got to do this season. Hey, Josh, what do you want to do? Okay, go do it. Go. Just you go ahead. Go. Audible every damn time. Go ahead, Josh. Do your thing, man. Yeah. So, anyways, enough of that. Enough of the Bills propaganda because I'll go on for an hour and a half about this beautiful, gorgeous team. What's your other bit is probably Schefter, right?
It's Tom Brady.
Tom Brady.
Well,
wait a minute. His dad
did he
says
retire?
he's
I
not
don't
retired.
know.
That was my topic. Did he or did he not retire?
His dad said he's not retiring.
Man. Bro, this is what sucks, and this is the biggest thing. It's like since he's gone to Tampa Bay, I like him. I get a kick out of him.
Yeah.
I get it.
Oh,
I
so
totally.
He
great.
has totally come out of his shell when he went since he's been in Tampa.
He's funny. It's great.
Yeah.
There was this
seen
meme that said Tom Brady will probably come back next season because he didn't get a chance to announce his own retirement.
And his crypto commercials are pretty funny, John.
I don't get them. I'm in Canada. We don't get that propaganda like you guys
man.
do. No.
Which ones?
No, he has not
Says he
retired.
has not retired.
And you know what? Somebody made a statement the other day that makes perfect sense. Don't believe it until you hear it from the horse's mouth.
Right. Yeah.
Point.
Yeah, man. He's I exactly. So I don't think he's retired until he says he's retired.
Besides, I don't think he wants to go out like that, dude. He had a chance to win that game if his defensive coordinator didn't call a safety blitz and lead Cooper Kupp one-on-one down the field. That was totally stupid. They should have played high-low, kind of like what San Francisco did to Devontae Adams on that 3rd and 11 that Aaron Rodgers threw. He was double covered. You don't let Cooper Kupp go one-on-one blazing past your freaking safety. That's ridiculous. It was Tampa's defense that let him down.
Mm-hmm.
After that spectacular comeback. 27-3, was it?
Yeah.
He almost duplicated his Super Bowl.
Yeah.
So if Brady has not retired and decides not to retire, how much of an idiot is Schefter going to look like now?
Well, he's looking like an idiot anyway. Isn't he under investigation for some sexual harassment shit or something like that?
Schefter?
Really?
Yeah.
News to me.
News to me,
I've
too.
not heard that.
I know there's something they're investigating him on, whether it's that or some insider trading or some shit. He's under some kind of investigation.
You know, he's turning ESPN to the Entertainment and Schefter Prognostication Network.
Yeah, well, you know.
All the headlines are about him and freaking Brady.
Well, pretty much when retirement
I mean,
comes.
Schefter is big time on promoting his, on showing off his family, his kids, all that stuff. So I mean, I don't know about all that. So he's a devout family man, as far as I can see. But he's getting a lot of pushback on his Tom Brady story right now.
Yes, he is, and probably deservedly so.
You know, his agent has come out and said, don't take what people are saying until you hear it from the horse's mouth as well. Dad comes out and says Tommy hasn't retired. He hasn't made a decision yet. He's not even close to making a decision yet. Yeah, because again, Katie's got it right. Katie's got a good point. Brady's agent has some explaining to do because apparently that's where he heard it from, was from the agent.
Ron Yee.
Besides, Gronk ain't gonna let him retire.
Oh, so you think it's gonna be the other way around now? Instead of Brady bringing Gronk out of retirement, Gronk's gonna bring Brady out of retirement. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, well, but you know what Gronk said the other day, that if Brady retired, he's still
Brady
come back.
retires, he's going to be right behind him.
He actually said he'd come back and play.
Yeah, because Tom Brady called Jason Light in Tampa and said, basically, Hang on. He has not made a. He told Jason Light he hasn't made a final decision yet. So I guess that's pretty official.
Yeah.
So,
well, Gronk said if he had to decide now that he would retire.
yeah.
Mhm.
So.
Oh, so Big Poppy gets in the Hall of Fame this week.
Mhm.
Brett brings up the old soft shoe of Barry Bonds. Should he or shouldn't he? I mean, the four of us remember the steroid era in baseball. John, not so much because he not really a big baseball fan.
I'm thank you.
But you know what?
I'm very well aware of Barry Bonds. Thank you.
At least he didn't disrespect the Hall of Fame like Curt Schilling has.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bro,
Curt Schilling is a moron.
And I'll tell you what, Roger Clemens put out a really nice statement this week too when he didn't get in as well. So Roger Clemens also had Ken posted that statement that Clemens made. He's more focused on after baseball and doesn't really care about the Hall of Fame. He's more worried about family and all that stuff. So, but congratulations to Big Poppy.
Hey, listen. Let me tell you. Hi, Jamal. Let me tell you about Big Poppy. Okay.
Yeah.
Let me tell you about that guy. That SOB. He almost ran me over in his Land Rover just outside of Fenway a couple years ago. Okay. I should have let him hit me. It was a nice ride. Though,
Seriously.
Yeah, I was at a game when I worked with all the guys from New England, and we went down to Fenway, and we were crossing the road, and they have that little place where the players park, and he booked it to try to get through like a crowd, and like right in front of me, and I look up, and it's freaking David Ortiz driving, and he's like, like this. I'm like,
man, you could have banked if he hit you.
I should have, dude. I should have. Oh my gosh, my leg. Man.
You could have made some big bank that way.
Yeah.
Oh, look at Kitty. He and every other Bostonian, but they're mass holes for a reason.
I'm not. I always liked Ortiz. I thought he was a good dude, man. Really.
Yeah, Ortiz is good. He's all right. You know what I'm saying?
But I think like this is the thing with the whole steroid shit. Like everybody and their mother was on steroids back in those days, right?
Yeah.
And like this is my argument was this. Yes, it's cheating, but everyone was doing it. I don't think steroids really helped your hand-eye coordination and able to hit it.
No.
And Barry Bonds could hit the freaking ball. So that is the only and the reason why the writers weren't going to put him in is because he was a dick to them, right? Yeah. That's it. It's not because of his talent.
You know how good Barry Bonds was?
It's freaking amazing.
He's the only guy that ever got walked with the bases loaded, intentional walk with the bases loaded.
I watched that.
Yeah.
Come on.
That's how good he was.
That's how scared pitchers and teams were of this guy. Yeah. And I'm sorry, but like you said, the hand-eye coordination and hitting a round ball with that
hardest thing to do in sports is hit a baseball at 95 miles an hour.
I can't hit it at 10 miles an hour.
Yeah.
You should see me in the batting cages, man. It's freaking pathetic. And these guys are like, nah, man. See, absolutely he should have been in. He's the best hitter of the past.
And Katie makes a good point. Is if they won't vacate their numbers, they deserve to be in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, it's stupid. Bud Selig's in the Hall, but he's not.
It's like why is Pete Rose not in the Hall yet? I mean,
come on.
That was decades ago. Though.
Baseball was complicit in it. I mean, they turned a blind eye. They didn't want to hear about all these.
Because the ratings were going through the roof.
Because when you had Mark McGwire, Barry Bonds, and Sammy Sosa.
Are you kidding me?
Right.
Dude, that was the greatest time in baseball history.
They put baseball back on the map. They put baseball back on the map.
Especially after the strike. Because the strike ruined baseball for a few years. It was McGwire and Sosa that brought
exposed fans know very well about the strike.
Yes.
That's the blind eye they took. They showed. Because baseball messed themselves up. This is the only way they could get back.
So, hey, how about Tampa tanking on the Montreal deal?
Well, it wasn't the Rays that tanked. It was the city of St. Petersburg that put a kibosh on it. Actually, no, it was Major League Baseball.
No, it was baseball. It wasn't.
It was Major League Baseball that put the kibosh on that. It wasn't the Rays.
And who's running the league right now?
Oh God, yeah.
Manfred? Is it Manfred?
Manfred.
Yeah, Manfred.
Yeah, that dude needs to get fired. He needs to go.
He's a douche too.
Are we talking other sports for a second? I know Kenny will like this. Well, he probably won't like it, but can we address one of the bigger newses today?
Go ahead.
Please.
Yeah.
And we got
Big
time to
I
fill.
think I know what's coming, but go ahead.
Yeah, you know what's coming, man. Big shout out to Team Canada.
Oh, yeah.
Number one, CONCACAF beating the U.S. 2-0 today.
2-0.
We're on top of CONCACAF with 22 points.
Congratulations. You're in, pretty much.
Well,
in the World
they're
Cup.
saying like 24 points is like the cutoff. So then, like, you guys play Honduras next. I think we play El Salvador or something next. So
Yeah.
we should get in with the El Salvador
get
win.
in.
But, bro, dude,
Talking about World Cup?
Canada-
Canada's getting the World Cup? Is that what you're talking
first
about?
time since 86, man.
86.
I mean, it's, bro, like another level. Me and my kid were flipping back and forth between that and the Chiefs game, like going back and forth. And
Full confession. I watched the U.S.-Canada game instead of the first half of Kansas City and Buffalo.
Well, because I don't know about you, but in that first half, I was like, "Oh, Kansas City's got this." Like Kansas City's got this. Like totally.
Katie, John is always
Because it's Canada.
I've always liked soccer. I don't take it to the level Ken does with Man U and all that stuff. But like, I love UEFA and I love World Cup. Like I get obsessed with it.
Ken gets into all the deep leagues in soccer, not just the Premier League. I mean, it's all the deep other deep leagues.
Yeah, it's cool, man. And I mean, I've even got my team, like, for countries other than Canada. I'm a big Belgium guy now. Like Kevin De Bruyne is like my favorite player right now, and Lukaku. Like these guys are like I watch them in UEFA, and I fell in love with that squad. So I follow it, but I'm not at like Ken level. Ken knows cricket scores. Okay?
Oh, you're not on the
Liverpool, right? Or
762.
Manchester City is Kevin, right?
You're not on the obsessive level.
You're not on the level of soccer as you are on the Bills. Let's just say that. Okay?
Oh, dude, Bill's another level, bro. Like this is the thing. Like to me, this is like the season is not really over. To me, it never ends because now I'm looking at like draft classes and combines and what are we going to do with free agency? Like that's so exciting to me. Every day I just listen to the podcast and just Bill's content. Like let me eat it all up. Anyways, thanks for listening. What else we got? No one cares about the Olympics because the NHL players are not going there. So,
right.
Yeah.
Did you see the laundry list?
I heard that Claude Julien had an accident on the ice and he's banged up and will not get to go to China. So now they got to have their assistant coach take over the team now.
Dude, I couldn't even tell you one player that's on Team Canada.
I think the roster is a who's not instead of a who's who is.
Well, this is the European teams are going to crush it, right? That being said, like Canada, even in like Spengler Cup stuff, we do good. So all the guys that aren't in the NHL usually do good. So you never know, but the European guys are going to be another level because all those KHL guys are going to go, right? Yeah. So. Yeah, it is what it is, man. I'm all for it. Let's go. What are we doing? What's next?
Speaking of hockey, how the Oilers doing?
Oh, dude, we signed Evander Kane. Let's go, man.
I saw that.
4-game winning streak.
Yes.
Let's go. Yeah. Let's go, Oil. Everybody go, Evander Kane. I'm sorry. Yeah, those without sin cast the first stone, okay? Like, calm down. He had a fake vaccine card. He had a fake vaccine card.
Oh, okay. All right, so he pulled an AB.
Yeah, except he didn't strip naked and jump off the end, so he didn't do that. But
had to go get my
Kane's brother.
No. He's a Canadian boy, man. Vander Kane's Canadian, man. He's from Vancouver, Burnaby, I think.
You got to speaking so much about Canada. I had to go.
Canada Dry, our official sponsor. Yeah. We should reach out to them someday.
The unofficial sponsor of the Sports Nerd Show. Yes,
Canada Dry.
Canadian
Zero sugar.
Glacial spring water. That's me. Canadian glacial spring water. So.
There you go.
But yeah, no, it's great, man. Oilers are doing good. 4-game winning streak. We just sorry, Army. I mean, the Montreal Canadiens are like they're just horrible right now. They got so many injuries, but we beat the piss out of them.
Did you see Sean Burton's thing he posted this week? What do the Titanic and the Canadians have in common?
They went from the
pretty bad, man.
Cup to the Jockey Cup.
Oh, ouch.
Dude, it's pretty bad, man. I feel for the Canadians, man.
Army's just tell me about it. Yeah, he knows. Yeah. He knows.
It's rough, man. But Oilers look good. Evander Kane signed, free agent for the rest of the season, and that was, what's great. That was a Connor McDavid signing. Connor basically said in public, I want him on the team. And Oilers management went out and got him. So it's good when teams actually listen to generational talents like Connor. It's kind of like what the Bills did when they said, you know what, Josh is going to have something to do with our offensive coordinator hire. We're going to consult with Josh. What a shock. Sorry, Green Bay. I apologize.
Yeah, no. Aaron Rodgers. They never gave him a chance to consult.
Yeah. Sorry, Green Bay. Sorry, Katie.
And we went through all my topics like really quick. I'm surprised.
Well, let's talk science fiction. No? Did you watch
You mean
Book of Boba Fett, man, or what? Did you know?
Yeah, The Return of the Mandalorian, episode 5.
Yeah, The Return of the Mandalorian. Like,
Yes, that was a really good show.
Yeah, it was great, right? LeBron. Hey, big shout out to the Raptors too. Yesterday, we beat triple overtime. Beat the Heat.
And the Lakers just blew a big lead against Atlanta today and lost again, just like they did the other night against Charlotte.
The Lakers are overrated.
Yes, they are.
Period.
Yeah.
Russell
Yeah,
Westbrook.
the Raiders. Yeah, I wanted to mention that they're going after McDonald's over the recommendation of the players because they want the guy that's been there.
Yeah, they like him. But then again, the judgment of Raiders players over the past season has been a little suspect. So
I think Josh might be more of a disciplinarian, which is what they really need.
Yeah, the other guy didn't. The guy like pulled a gun out or something. He wasn't a Raiders guy, wasn't he? A Chiefs guy. He was on the practice squad.
He got released.
Pulled the gun out on the valet in Vegas. Like, what are you doing, dude? What, like, this is why I keep saying, man. If you are a sports agent, please listen to me. If anyone wants to get into this business, this is what you do with all your clients. Sit them down and say, listen, you jackhole. Do what I tell you for the next decade. Drink. Then you go smoke all the weed, pop all the shots you want off, and blah, 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 whatever you want to do. I don't care. But for 10 years, shut up, play the game, and be the little angel that I know you can be, okay? Okay. Because I want my 5%, homie. There.
But notice that a lot of that happens with the Raiders, it just goes back to saying, well, that's what happens when you put a team that has that reputation in a city like Las Vegas.
In Vegas. It's pretty hard not to get in trouble in Vegas. Like that's why when everyone watched the movie The Hangover, they weren't like, this is total science fiction bullshit. It's like, no, that could probably happen.
That's pretty spot on.
That actually happened to me.
Yeah. And I was speaking of science fiction, John. I was telling you earlier this week that Star Trek Discovery actually has to be pulled back in. I've gotten through about halfway through season number 2. You don't like Star Trek Discovery?
1 and 2 are great. 1 and 2 are great seasons, and then comes the agendas. Okay. Then comes we've got to make this more storylines about the people rather than the story of the fact that you're a spaceship in outer space dealing with aliens. Let's talk about people's emotions. It's all emotions.
So they pulled a Supergirl is what you're saying.
I never watched Supergirl. But no, season 1 and 2 are great. Season 1 was fantastic. I was like, yes, this is great. It's wonderful. I love Michael Burnham as a captain or whatever she is because we don't know if she's captain yet or whatever. I love it. Great. Good. And then season 3, I haven't even watched. Season 4 has been out for like 3 or 4 months. I haven't even watched an episode. I refuse to. It's season 3 ruined it for me. Absolutely. It's awful. It's so bad. Like another level of bad. And yeah. Thanks for listening. Yeah.
Paramount Plus is going to come out with a Halo TV show.
Halo series? Yeah.
Series.
Let's go. Let's go. Good stuff. I'm here for it.
I saw the trailer earlier today after the
Look good, right? Look good, right?
Yep.
Master Chief, man. Dude, that fun story about Halo, that's what actually got me into video games again. Halo 3, really? Before I started playing Call of Duty and all that stuff, that's the game that got me back into playing like nonstop. And I loved it. I thought Halo was freaking amazing. But,
did you guys see the Batman trailer?
No.
You know which movie I'm looking forward to? It comes out in February. Uncharted.
Yes.
I played that whole franchise, the video game on PlayStation.
Right.
Whole franchise.
Drake or whatever his name is.
Right? Marky Mark and
Drake.
Yeah.
And he's being played by what's his name? Spider-Man.
Tom Holland. Tom Holland. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, I haven't seen Spider-Man yet. That's like my next movie.
Oh,
Yeah, I haven't either. Yeah, they still want $20 to rent the damn thing, and I want nothing to do
Oh,
with
I can't even rent it. I'm in Canada. I gotta wait like months. Like I finally saw Dune. Like, jeez.
Did you like it?
Oh fuck yeah! Well, pardon my French. Bad
Wow.
Christian.
Hello,
Bad
John.
Hey,
Bad
man.
Dropping
Bad
the
Christian.
F-bomb
I
on
just finished
camera.
changing the outro and you throwing F-bombs.
Bad Christian. Dude, I'm trying. Ken, forgive me, man, please. I'm doing horrible as but yeah, dude, no, it was great. It was fantastic. It was wonderful. I loved it. It was like you thought it would be. Like,
Was it
and you knew
better
you couldn't.
than the original version?
Yeah, there was one they did in the early 2000s, like a mini series for TV that was fantastic. I really enjoyed that.
Yeah.
But like the story of Dune, there's no way you're going to put it in a 2.5-hour movie. There's no way.
Well, that's because
There's
they're
no way.
doing it in like 2 parts now because they just,
Absolutely have.
they've barely gotten through halfway of the book at this point, from what I can tell.
No, it's right on the book. It's
episode
exactly
1, yeah.
the book. I've read Children of Dune 2 and like the next one's Messiah of Dune
Right.
and everything. So I know the story. It's a fascinating story. It's freaking
Yeah.
amazing story. But yeah, well, he is a baby. He's a like. See, this is what kills me, man. This guy. Whatever. I'm not even gonna get into it, man. Whatever. Listen, first of all, Eli Apple needs to just calm down because you're Eli Apple, okay, dude. Like, just take it easy.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, like Tyreek's just whatever. Like, didn't he beat his kid and wife?
Yes.
And he's still in the league?
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, that's going to be a close measurement.
So's Kareem Hunt for that matter.
Kareem Hunt was getting smacked. I'm not trying to defend him.
Really?
Oh, don't you remember the video? I remember the video. That girl was wailing on him, punching him and kicking him.
Oh, okay.
You don't remember that? I remember that.
I remember it.
Not like Ray Rice.
But like, don't punch and kick anyone. How about that?
Yeah.
Period. Just don't punch and kick people. And then we can all sing Hallelujah, give peace a chance, hold hands.
This is a huge measurement right here.
Oh boy, Elliot's on the edge of his sheet here. Look out!
Oh man!
Oh, they're
They
just.
didn't get it.
McVay's got the red flag out.
To challenge the spot.
Challenge the spot.
What
Yep.
is this? WTF?
What?
Oh no, I clicked something and it didn't go beep boop bop beep boop. Yeah. What else we got? We've gone through all the sports. Now we just sit back and get reaction. No.
I heard something interesting on the radio the other day, and I can't even remember who this was speculating, but he said that what if the Colts go after Aaron Rodgers? The trade between Green Bay and Indianapolis.
Somebody said that would be ideal for Aaron Rodgers because he'd be playing most of the games in a dome.
Yes.
Which would.
Plus, they're about ready to pull the trigger on Wentz. He's not going to make it. Wentz might be a pretty good deal in Green Bay.
Hey, maybe that could be your backup in Buffalo, Carson Wentz.
Good. Thanks, man. I'm trying to get
that.
we want Fitzpatrick, man.
Good offensive line. They got a great defense, and they got the best chance of.
They got probably the best running back in the NFL right now.
Exactly.
Too.
I mean, it might be an ideal place for Rodgers to go.
That's another jersey they put on him on social media. The Colts. I'm telling you, there's not a jersey they haven't put on him except maybe Buffalo and
Kansas City.
Kansas City,
This is tweet of the day so far. Okay, so you guys all saw how Joe Shiesty came into the game today, right? All decked out. He had the pendants on and everything, right? Joe Burrow on if the diamonds in the pendants are real. They're definitely real. I make too much money to have fake ones. Joe Shiesty. I'm here for Joey Drip.
Dude, he's gaining some serious celebrity, I'll tell you that.
He's the man, dude. I'm a fan of Joe Burrow, man.
Man.
It's the best.
Now that's hilarious.
Yeah, man. But still, man, I'm like, I love when teams like Cincinnati do. Like, they're not supposed to do good, right? They were supposed to be bottom feeders for the next couple of years, right?
Yep.
Weren't they supposed to be crap? Wasn't it supposed to be? Sorry, Scott. Wasn't it supposed to be Cleveland? Wasn't it supposed to be Cleveland up there winning that division?
Yep.
Baltimore.
Man. Baltimore, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. Good for Joe.
And the thing is, he went through his catastrophic injury, and he's actually come back and probably was better for it.
Yeah, man.
Here's the world's the worst the most
call stands.
Here is today's most unaware of their surroundings tweet of the day. KMBC out of Kansas City says against all odds to the Chiefs.
Oh yeah, you saw that. I saw
we were never supposed to be here. We were never meant to make it this far, but against all odds, we did. What a season! Thank you for the incredible ride. We will always be Chiefs Kingdom.
Against all, weren't they the?
They were the number one pick in the AFC to return to the Super Bowl. Yes.
Against all odds, we were never supposed to be here.
Yes. Read the room.
I guess they mean that they really do concede that it should have been the Bills that won last week.
Time to break out into a chorus of Phil Collins.
Yes,
against all odds.
Against all odds.
Yes, and one of my followers says the Chiefs have hosted the AFC Championship game the last 4 years in a row with 2 Super Bowl appearances and a win. In what timeline were they not supposed to be there?
Yeah, really. Well, after the first 5-6 games of the season, they probably weren't favored to be there.
They were being questioned. Yeah, they brought up questions, but no one, like, when you got Pat Holmes as your quarterback and you've got that receiving core, you're always going to have a chance to come out of the doldrums you were in there earlier in the season, and the Chiefs were always going to be that. So, give me a break.
I'm just glad that the season is over for Brittany. For whatever her name is, Mahomes and Jack Hole, his brother.
Jack Hole. Yep.
Jack Hole.
Yep. Jack Hole Jackson. Whatever his name is.
Mahomes.
Patrick
Mahomes' brother.
There were some fans in the game in the end zone calling him Mahomo. Nice.
Colin Cowherd, what the hell are you talking about to that KMBC thing?
Yeah.
Stupid.
Let's see what else is going on here. If we got anything going on.
Have you noticed there's a whole lot of red inside that SoFi Stadium?
Yes. I mean, well, yeah, they were talking about
that whole ticket blocking shit didn't work.
Oh, and Brown's Twitter's going nuts because the Bengals are going, and they're pulling out all the excuses they can. Well, Joe Burrow's 0-such against the Browns. Shut the hell up. Yeah. Burrow's in the Super Bowl. Who gives a shit?
I know.
Cleveland can't even make the playoffs. So
I know.
What's your rationale?
Cleveland's still waiting on their first.
Where's your supporting theory on that?
Yeah, Joe Burrow's going to Disneyland. What the hell's our excuse? You know what I'm saying? Give me a freaking break. I mean, shit.
You guys ain't even going to let
Brown's Twitter is a shit show, guys. I'm telling you, it's a shit show. It really is.
What's that amusement park outside of Cleveland?
Sandusky.
Sandusky. Do what? Yeah, that's where the Browns are going.
Yeah.
Some people's children.
I'm telling you, man.
Yeah,
but that's what happens when you're an organization that's accustomed to losing.
Oh, yeah.
A fan base that's accustomed to losing. You're always looking for excuses.
Yep.
And some of the worst ones.
Yeah. Bengals gonna win Super Bowl, and our idiot fan base is going to be posting Week 9 scoreboard screenshots. Give me a fucking break.
Did you guys see the meme I put up about Jacksonville, the 3 games that they won, how it affected?
Yeah, I did see. That's pretty freaking amazing how that worked out.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
It was the difference between when Buffalo lost to them the difference between Buffalo hosting that game against Kansas City and then winding having to go to Kansas City.
Right.
They knocked Indianapolis out of the playoffs.
Right.
And then I forget who the third one was. But yeah, their 3 wins were, significant impact.
Was it Tennessee? No, it wasn't Tennessee.
It was a significant impact to other teams.
Yeah, I remember that.
That's just crazy, dude.
Thank you, Brett. Thank you for bringing this up.
Deported.
Shout out to Rafa
No,
Nadal.
that's not what I'm talking about. Rafa Nadal with his 21st Grand Slam win in the Australian Open this morning. I turned that thing on just as
Apparently
he
it
was
was really
losing
good.
the second set, Ken. Just as he lost the second set is when I turned it on this morning. And that comeback was one for the freaking ages, considering he's 35 years old.
It was remarkable.
Yes.
Playing
Yes. I know Ken and I are probably the
hours.
only ones that really like tennis a lot, but Rafa, I love Rafa. I liked Yvonne Lendl back in the day. I'm a big fan of the left-handers in tennis.
Yep.
Except for McEnroe. I couldn't stand that son of a bitch. Anyway, but no, Rafa is, and he now has more Grand Slams than anybody who ever played. And just to see him just meticulously work his way back into that match, take the next 2 sets 6-4, and then that last set was just freaking epic.
Mm-hmm.
You go to one.
Epic. So big shout out to Rafa.
And they were playing for 5.5 hours at the highest intensity
That's
you can
crazy, man.
imagine.
Yeah, 5.5
was
hours, and it's summertime. And it's summertime in Australia, and they had the roof open.
Yeah.
Granted, they played until like 1:30 in the morning or something on Australia time. But just, the dude is just amazing. Just, he's my favorite tennis player of the last 20 years. He really is.
He was injured a lot of last year, and he made a great comeback.
6 weeks ago, he didn't know he was ever going to play again from his injuries. He also had a bad deal. He had to overcome COVID. He had COVID.
Mm-hmm.
So
and he was vaccinated and boosted.
Yes.
Wes Welker. Yikes.
Wes Welker.
Coaching on the sidelines for the Niners.
Oh. Yeah, man. It's crazy.
Yeah, that whole Djokovic thing was a big thing a couple of weeks ago before the Open started.
Oh!
That's one dude I can't stand, Djokovic.
Yeah, no, I don't like him either because I don't.
Oh,
yeah, baby!
Oh,
what a catch!
Oh,
Baby!
hey, kiddo, where the hell was that for me, buddy? Where were you in the regular season, homie? I needed that, bud. What a snag, man! Did you see him go up for that?
Yes.
Holy crap, man!
I am telling you, the 49ers are in McVay's head.
Yeah, they are.
They are definitely in his head.
Well, it'll be 7-0, right? In the past 7 games,
Oh,
if they
0
win
and 6
this,
against him, yeah.
0-6 against McVay, right?
About to be 0 and 7.
We just stuck that in the
Hey, you know what? We got as many offensive touchdowns today as we had in the first 2 in the first 2 games total.
Yeah, sure do.
And he's in talks for a head coaching job too. Not Rahm Emanuel. God, what is his name? The offensive coordinator of the Rams, or defensive coordinator for the Rams.
Raheem Morris.
Raheem Morris. Yes, he's
Raheem
also
Morris,
in talks. He's also on the short list for head coaching jobs too.
His defense is about to get ripped apart.
Yeah. When Jimmy G rips your defense apart, yeah, you don't want that on your resume.
No, that does not look
Y'all keep
good.
dogging on Jimmy G, but you know what? He's got a winning playoff record, and he just does it when it counts. You know what I'm saying?
You got to take the good with the bad when it comes to Jimmy G.
He didn't lose that Super Bowl for the 49ers 2 years ago.
No,
Kyle Shanahan lost that fucking
Bro,
Super Bowl.
49. It's 49ers against the Bengals.
Third time in a row.
Part 3.
The
Part
Bengals
3.
would play all the 3 times that they had appeared in the Super Bowl. They played the Niners all 3 times. They did 81 with Joe against Joe Montana when they won their first. 88 was the Montana to Taylor game that won it at the end, the 98-yard drive. Look, there's John Candy. and then this one, which would be the third
If
time
the
in a row.
Niners get in, yeah.
If the Niners get in, it'd be the Bengals and Niners for a third time.
Part 3.
Part 3. Yes.
Mhm.
Yes. I
It
thought
took
about
me a
that.
second to look. There's John Candy, the Joe Montana thing.
Yes.
Right. Yeah.
Yes.
The calming your team down. And
Yes.
Yeah, right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Look, there's John Candy. 1989. Or 80, it was the 88 season, but yeah.
88 season, yeah.
Yeah.
It's crazy, man.
So
That was the drive, dude. That was the drive. The Montana to John Taylor at the end.
The drive the drive was trademarked Broncos Browns. You can't say.
No, I understand that. I understand that drive. I'm just saying the drive of that game.
Yes, the last drive.
The last drive, dude.
When the 49ers crossed the 50-yard line, school was out. You
knew it was over at that point.
Yeah, I was working the rest of it, but I was actually off that night, so I got to watch the game, thank God. And again, the most memorable thing from that game wasn't that drive. It was Tim Crumroy's leg bending over in half in the first quarter.
That one was as bad as Foxman's was.
Yes. But
we beat who? Kenny Anderson and Boomer Esiason, right?
Yes, that's correct. Yes. Yes.
And Chris Collinsworth, who will be
in both games. Yes.
He played in both games, and he will have to sit and watch.
Look at the beautiful! Hey, look at the beautiful sight that Levi South is, yo.
Yes. All that red, right? Look at all
Levi
that red.
Stadium South, right here.
Leonardo DiCaprio is in the house.
Well, it's like they said. There's more 49ers fans in Los Angeles than there are Rams fans. Rams ain't been in that city for what, 12 years? Jessica Albatross.
Magic Johnson. There's Leo.
Yep.
And we are far behind you. Holy shit.
If I see something like that, it doesn't count.
Yeah, Niners Bengals 3. I'm all in on that one.
I'm with all the way, dude.
Yep, Niners Bengals 3. I'm in.
Sign me up.
Let's see what else happened in the world of sport this week.
Ken, you're the writer. You should know.
I know it. I was the writer. I was froze my ass off this week. Oh boy, rumor has it was kind of chilly in Florida this week.
Yes, we had temperatures below freezing here in Polk County, Florida last night.
I got a question. Remember what all sparked the taunting rule?
Tyreek Hill with the
Tyreek Hill with the peace sign, right?
Right. Yeah.
And then Winfield did it in the Super Bowl, and that's when they went crazy and put the taunting. Tyreek Hill did that shit during the championship game to Buffalo.
He did.
Where the hell was the flag?
Yeah, that's a good point.
Where the hell was the flag?
I don't know.
John? No comment?
John?
Oh, sorry, I'm dealing with what happened. No, I didn't see it.
The fact that Tyreek Hill put the peace sign
with the peace sign. Oh, yeah, no, dude. First of all, taunting is the stupidest rule ever.
Yes.
But you're going to call it all season for shit less than that, and then they don't call it on that. It's like it's the NFL, man. The NFL has a narrative, and that's the way
they called it on a guy that was waving at somebody. Yeah. It's stupidity, dude. It's the NFL, man. You can't that's one thing anybody should learn from all of this is that the NFL does what the NFL is going to do, and there's nothing people complaining about or bringing up. They'll never change it. It's like overtime won't get changed. So. Nope. It's definitely a communist mentality league.
It was good to see Elio Castroneves win at the Daytona today.
Elio, from Dancing with the Stars.
Yep. Got to climb the fence again today.
Yeah, Daytona's less than a month away, Ken. Holy cow.
This is the 24 hours of Daytona.
Right, but the 500 is less than 2.
Yeah, 500.
Yeah, I'm going to complain about having the friggin' clash at LA Coliseum in LA. I'm going to friggin' bitch and whine about that. It's so freaking stupid. It really is. It's just stupid.
It's just a publicity stunt.
Yes.
NASCAR is so desperate.
The Rams just burned their second time out of the half.
Yep. He's about to panic.
McVay's in panic mode right now.
Oh. Anyway, I got nothing else, guys. I mean, it's 10 minutes to 9, but I mean, we could cut it short if we got nothing else going on. Elliot, you got anything?
Who, me?
Yeah, you.
Yeah, I got the 49ers up 17-7. Up to the dirt. That's what I got.
Well, I think we lost our audience, so I think it's time to wrap it up for this week.
I think we're going.
I think there's a lot of people that are wanting to watch the game.
Again, we're not going to have a show Super Bowl Sunday. We're just not going to have one because it's.
So we got. Well, what about Pro Bowl? We can't have a show on Pro Bowl.
Oh, stop!
Whatever.
Big shout out to Josh Allen too for getting the middle finger to the Pro Bowl this week too. That was good.
Good.
Now your Pro Bowl quarterback is Mac Jones.
Let's see how many guys get arrested out of that playing in Vegas.
Over under 3, right?
Yeah. But yeah, no, we never do a show on Super Bowl Sunday. That's been the history, so we're going to continue that.
It doesn't make sense to do one. Nobody's paying attention.
The game starts an hour before the show does, so no, it doesn't make any sense. So we're gonna pass on it for next week because the whole world's gonna be watching
2 weeks.
In 2 weeks, and the whole world's gonna be watching that game, and no one's gonna watch us. Even though nobody watches us anyway, but still, it just makes no sense to have a show. Anyway, on behalf of my co-hosts, Mr. Ken Costello, John Go Bills G Olson, and Mr. Elliot Big E Lamba, Mr. 49er for the week.
Go Niners!
Everybody have a great week. We will be here next Sunday night. Hopefully we'll have plenty of material to talk about because there'll be no football really to discuss except the outcome of this game. So hopefully we'll have some news during the week and we can get some subject matter out. Anyway, y'all have a great week and we are out. Elliot, please play the outro.
Yay, outro.
Well, there you have it, Nerd Nation. Another Sunday episode of the Sports Nerd Show in the books, and we are still alive to tell about it. Now, on behalf of our host, Scott, the Sports Nerd Right, and his co-host, John Olson, Ken Costello, our lovable members in the Rant Pack, and yes, me, Big E, the entire pack would once again like to thank you all for participating with us in the best 90 minutes of sports smack talk on the web today. So until next Sunday night, dear nation, we would like to leave you with a quick PSA. Please stay safe. Please practice social distancing. And for heaven's sake, please wear a damn mask. You all just got hit with a pack rant from the Rant Pack. And with that, fellas, we are out.